Okay, well, we're in day 2 of our week-long series talking about the holidays and all the stress that comes with it. And we're here to try to give you some tips to stay sane and happy and healthy and come out on the other side January 2nd smiling. And joining us this morning, I realize it's tall order for some of us, Sarah Ducard is with Stanford Health. She's a nurse practitioner in psychiatry. And you said you guys are getting quite a lot of people reaching out for help this time of year. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think the holidays are a hard time for a lot of people. You know, have you lost a loved one, which makes holidays really difficult?
Yep.
Are you lonely, which makes holidays even more harder? So
Sure.
we do see an uptake, I would say, of patients coming in more frequently
Right.
during the holiday season.
Sure. And those are special challenges. I'm talking about the stuff that just kind of wallops you first thing when you look at the calendar. You realize, holy heck, we are halfway through November and I got to get started planning. Who do you think responds, frankly, the most poorly to all of these, holly jolly celebrations and the pressure to put them on and get them done?
People who can't say no. If you're taking on so many things and now you are like, how am I going to do it all?
Yeah.
You're going to be overwhelmed very easily. So we encourage people to set boundaries.
Okay.
Say no when you can't do it all. Or if you don't have a whole lot of support, making sure that you are reaching out. Are you hosting? Can you have
Right.
everybody help pitch in so that you're not taking on the sole responsibility?
Okay. So it's a combination of reaching out to people, right, and seeing what kind of resources you do have, and also putting up good fences between the people that you do have that you feel responsible for.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, it seems like the women in the family do a lot of the planning and a lot of the prep and so on and so forth. But I do think a lot of the men are suffering with a lot of expectations too. Tell me what you hear from your male clients.
I think the overwhelm of so many people being in an area, right? If you aren't used to having people in your space,
Yeah.
that can be very stressful. Or the social interactions that you have to do, that family members that you haven't seen in a long time, right?
Right.
It can be intimidating. It can be stressful.
Sure.
And I think it's okay to have those feelings and also acknowledge that you have the right to just step out of the room, take a little break, come back in.
Yeah. What about for the kids in our lives? Like, I know that it's a great time of year for kids, and we don't think of children as having a whole lot in terms of pressure, right? They just kind of sit there and wait for Santa to bring them their stuff. But a lot of families do the whole, like, are you naughty? Are you nice? Santa won't bring you things, right? Or the kids are also under pressure to be warm and accommodating to relatives they maybe don't see. Do you see a lot of kids stressing out this time of year?
I don't see many kids in my practice, but I mean, parents,
Yes.
talking about it. I think kids being out of their structure kind of have more difficulties, like struggle more. But yeah, I guess I'm not.
You're not seeing child clients?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not getting kids freaking out over, oh, Santa's not going
No.
to bringing me everything on my list. Okay. Well, that's reassuring for, the mom of a 9-year-old. When you do talk to people and you hear them, the stress level ramping up, what kind of coping tools do you suggest for them?
Yeah, so I listed like having boundaries, but also kind of planning. So have a budget, know how much you want to spend, asking for help so that you're not taking it all on, knowing when to take a break. All of those kind of things can kind of help you set up so that you're not in the moment overwhelmed, like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right, absolutely. And when do you know it's kind of time to back away? Like, when do you know that your coping technique is maybe getting not as healthy for you as it needs to be to survive the holidays?
I would say if you're starting to see like irritability increasing, you're not getting the joy out of the whole holiday season like you used to.
Yeah.
Those would be signs.
Okay. Yeah. So kind of like keeping a baseline level of this is supposed to be fun for everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Sarah. Sarah Ducard is a nurse practitioner in psychiatry with Stanford Health. She's got a bunch of great tips. And we will have a connection for you on our website after the show so you can kind of look over the information and kind of get that baseline idea of what am I signing up for this holiday season and how can I make sure that I'm doing it in the most helpful and positive way possible. That'll be on our website after the show. And we're going to come back and take another check of that weather right after the break.